Good evening, everyone. Welcome to knee-jerk reaction for game week 13. How is everyone? How's their game week been? We are here to react to how game week 12 went. So it's a bit of an interesting one. Lots to discuss. What's gone well, what's not gone well, what we're looking forward to, what plans we've got in place. So we will discuss all of that today. So I hope everyone is well, everyone's keeping well, and we can go through what exactly has taken place this game week. So John has messaged. Good evening, John. I hope you're well. I'm good, thank you. I am much better today. Finally starting to get my voice back. Not as much pain as it was originally, but I guess that's probably down to FPL as well. So the weekly average so far was 51 points. So not a bad game week at all, guys, in terms of the average score. However, what it is now is we just need to see how we've done this game week and what we're going to be preparing for in the weeks to come. So a few players that a lot of managers were banking on blanked. A few players who we weren't really thinking about came off well as well. But we'll go through all of that today. Thank you, John. Hi, Ali. I hope you're well. I'm good as well. George, good evening. 70 points. Nice. John says, I'm good. What do you think of the Ollie sack? Good question. I'm happy. I'm happy, though. Look, no one wants to see anyone ever get sacked, all right? But to be fair, I've been saying it for a while. It's been coming. And the reason why I used to say that is I didn't want to see what happened now happen to Ollie, because it was inevitable, and it's just a shame it's come that way. But by the way, guys, whoever had Watford players this week, Joshua King, Dennis, honestly, you guys have absolutely done amazingly. So massive shout out to you guys as well. But I am sad to see him go. Look, he's done well. We'll get into more details around Manchester United and what his sacking now means for FPL assets wise. So we'll go through all of that as well today. But generally, he's done his service. He's moved on. It's a new chapter now for us to look for. Turkish, yo, I'm good. How are you? I hope you're well. 87 points. Wow. That's 36 points above the average. Absolutely smashed it. Well done, buddy. Antonio and Rashford blanked, but it's all right. We've got to go again next week. Of course, honestly, there's been a lot of blanks. We'll discuss Rafinha as well, what that means for teams. George, Ali, no one's laughing at Chris Wood and hit now. No, honestly, Chris Wood scored. I generally thought of that straight away. Ali says Man United shot Bambi. It was a heartbreak. Tex XEO, good evening. 90 points. Rudiger came off the bench for Rafinha, so I'm buzzing. Honestly, so I'll tell you what happened with me today. So Diaz didn't feature. My team says 65 points, but on the live FPL page it's 70 points. It hasn't updated as of yet. So there's 3 points for bonus for Cancelo because he was the man of the match for the Man City game. And I will also have from my bench, I'm a bit gutted that I didn't put Gilmore as my first or second sub. That would have been 5 points. But I've got Brownhill coming on, who will be getting me the remainder 2 points. So that will take me up to 70. So overall, my rank hasn't updated. It's 1.942. It will go up to around 1.91. I was looking at the live FPL page, which is not bad. So that means basically I've gone from 2.1 to 1.91s. Sorry, yeah, 2.1 from 1.91. So that's about, generally 100,000. I've gone up in 200,000, I think. Yeah, 200,000, sorry, in rank, which I'll take, to be fair, considering such a bad start I had to the week. I've not done too bad. So I'll take 70 points for the week. But honestly, well done to everyone who's getting these high scores. Massive shout out. Ali says, cheers, George. Genius Gamer, good evening. George says, Ali, everyone's laughing at you. Well, you have to say they're not laughing now. No one's laughing now. For sure. Ali Max 77k sold Rudiger. They were gutted indeed. I think the -4 for me bringing in Reece James wasn't a bad shout overall. I think I gave up. Honestly, last minute, I kind of just thought, you know what, I want to get Livramento in. I think he'll get a clean sheet. 7 minutes in, bam. Pookie? What's it Pico for? Like Pikachu from Pokemon. Pookie scored that goal for Norwich. Literally, my clean sheet went out the window. Then I thought, okay, Diaz is not playing. When I got the team announcement at 1 o'clock, I go, all right, cool. Rafinha will play. Hopefully, he'll play well against Spurs. Then I find out Rafinha's not playing, and I was like, oh, I've got Gilmore. But did I put him after Rafinha or last? Then I was just so gutted. Lost out on 3 points. But hey, that's bygones as bygones now. John Kent, I messed up this week. Sold Rudiger for Chilwell. Yeah, Rudiger had a really good week. I watched the highlights last night. And he had a glorious chance before that goal he scored, right? And it was so close. But he's done really well. So all Rudiger owners, massive well done. Turkish, my cornet transfer worked out. It did. He was an excellent differential. Honestly, Turkish, what was your rank before this game week? And how much has it improved after this game week? I really would like to know, buddy. Thank you, everyone, for joining and messaging through. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you could like to hit the like button, if you like the content, and get that subscribe button pressed to be part of our family as well. Ali says the Woodster will go big now. Honestly, Chris Wood, it is. 7 East, good evening. 85 points with Foden, Antonio, and Bembo blanked. That's honestly a really good score. So really well done, 7 East. Ali says nice pick, Turkish. Honestly, I'll say it again, a very good pick and a very good differential pick, Turkish. Turkish says Ali, love you, bro. Love you too, guys. Ali says, I see FPL for Uncle is now #1. Oh, nice. TextXio, what are you going to do about Vardy? He's blanked 4 games in a row, not to mention Leicester look extremely poor right now, and Tielemans' injury probably means he's out for a month. So TextXio, so at the moment, I'll be brutally honest with you, I don't know, let's have a look for next week's teams, right? Let's just refresh this to see points are updated or not. 68, cool. So the bonus points come in, but Brownhill hasn't come in from the bench. So I just need those 2 points to go on, and that will update through for us. Yeah, and the rank hasn't updated either. Cool. So if we look at next week's game week for me, XTEXO, so Vardy's got Watford at home. I know they've got a real good buzz of beating Manchester United 4-1, but you know what? By law of averages, there's not bad fixtures whatsoever, and I know everyone's looking at Kane at the moment with his fixtures for Spurs, but he blanked today as well. So alternatively, what better options are there at the moment? Firmino, injured. Jesus, I've already got 3 players from Man City. Do I want to move away from that plan I have? Potentially not. I think he will come good. I think it's just about being patient now. It's just a law of averages, because I know the moment I get rid of Vardy, bang, he's going to score. So for me, I'm still going to persist with him for now. I don't intend to get rid of him. So I think he will come good. He does have these phases, guys, in FPL in the season where he goes absolutely wild in terms of getting points, and he does have a lean patch for a while. It's disappointing, but for me, the reason why I'm not so, what's the right word to say, hyperactive or really, keen on getting rid of him, is because all 3 of my strikers have blanked. All 3 of them, so Vardy 4 game weeks, Antonio 3 game weeks, and Wilson for 3 game weeks. For 3 game weeks, all 3 of my strikers, I've played 3 strikers, have not scored. So it's quite concerning for me personally, because I think Wilson, Vardy, Antonio are probably one of the best strikers in the league potentially, but it's just a shame that at the same time they've blanked. I'm really lucky that Salah, Zaha, Cancelo and Alexander-Arnold have saved my kind of skin over the last couple of game weeks, but I believe that moving away from them now is going to be tough. So I'm personally, out of this 4-week stretch till game week 16, Kane versus Vardy, I'm going to go Vardy, because I think people are going to run out of patience with him, and they're probably going to jump onto the bandwagon for Kane. So Vardy was around 34% owned a couple of weeks ago. He's now 26%, but I'm still not too. Let's have a look. Kane, I'm not sold on him. I don't know why. He could go mad, but I just don't think I'd want to rip my team up again, take a few hits just to get Harry Kane in. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 games that Harry Kane's blanked as well. So by probability, I think both of them are on the same length in terms of probability-wise to get some points in the future. But Burnley, Brentford, Norwich, yes, they are relatively good games. But again, Vardy doesn't have supremely difficult fixtures either. So I think I'll persist with him to see how it goes. It'll be kind of like a bit of a, what's the right word to say? I wouldn't say a punt, because he's one of the greatest and he's done well so far. So I think I'll stick on him at the moment. The plan I do have, Rafinha's kind of throwing the spanners amongst the works for me. So Oh, at the moment, I'm so tempted to go West Ham. But next week for West Ham, I well, West Ham are playing Man City. I'm looking at either Benrahma, who's gone down to 6.3 mil, so he's gone down another zero point 0.1 mil. And then you've also got Bowen, who's done really well. He's 6.4. So I'm really tempted to either go for one of these two, but fixtures-wise, they've got Man City next week. So Livramento has, I think, Liverpool, so Southampton. So I don't know. They've got some difficult fixtures, but they've got a really good run from game week 18. So maybe it looks like to get Bowen in. But I want to know the extent of the injury for Rafinha. I think it's a thigh injury, but I've not heard much around the extent of it. So I might just stick with Rafinha for one more game week. Carry another transfer, so I'll have 2 transfers. And then with those 2 transfers, then I can look to get Bowen in and probably upgrade like Gilmore to like a Douglas Luiz if I can get a bit more information around when he comes back. Because I had a look the other day and there was no information around when he returns. So let's have a look at Douglas Luiz. Yeah, muscle injury, 25%. So there's no definitive date as of yet. So that could be kind of like my plan. But at the moment, still going to persist with Vardy, boss. Gallagher's throwing a bit more of a thought process to me because I've got Zaha. But Gallagher's doing really well. Did anyone have Gallagher in? Please share the info. Right, guys, we're getting a lot of people viewing through it. Some questions coming through. I'm just going to take a sip of water. If you guys haven't liked the video, give us a like. And if you're new around here or if you've been here before and you haven't subscribed yet, please join the FPL KNEEJERK channel. Turkish, who's everyone thinking to bring into their team and Umo? So yeah, as I've discussed, at the moment I'm looking to get rid of Rafinha, but again, it's dependent on his injury. I generally was going to get rid of him anyway next game week, but I just want to hold off any West Ham midfielders at the moment because I've got Man City next week and I've got 3 Man City defenders. And obviously then it's a catch-22 situation for me. And Livramento playing Liverpool again, I don't think he'll keep a clean sheet there. So my plan is Rafinha to either Benrahma or Bowen, and then that's literally my team squad done. Then I'll look to get like Douglas Luiz or Basuma, someone on the bench, like an Allen from Everton. Then I'll have pretty much, as you guys can see, I'll have 15 players who play, and then any rotation to like Diaz, Cancelo, let's say Wilson, Vardy, Antonio. I've got the players to come on during the busy period. We've got 10 game weeks in the next 40 days, so there will be rotation. And it's helped me a lot with the fact that I had some players on the bench to come on this game week. Otherwise, with Rafinha and Diaz not playing, I would have probably played with 9 players only, and that would have been difficult. Let's see if it's refreshed. So we went up to 68. Still on 68. I should get 70 because I'll get the 2 points off Brownhill, who'll come onto my team itself. Genius Game at ASM, 10 points. Yeah, so Maximum got 10. Wilson got 1. I really wanted him. I really need Wilson to fire. I don't know what's going on. I think I've jinxed him, but I will make sure I want to back him, man. I'm not going to move away from him. Turkish says Mel was on 1.4 mil last week and now 1.1 mil. That's incredible. 300,000 places. That's mad. Yeah, I've gone up 200,000. And I'll take that. So about 2 weeks ago, last week I started on 2.9 mil and now at 1.8, I think, or 1.9, sorry. So, nearly a million in 2 weeks. I'll take that. But seriously, well done, Turkish. Slowly but surely, I'm getting to my place now. I think going from that 3 mil, like obviously all those hits I took around 3 mil rank, now slowly but surely I'm looking to get better in ranking. Steve, good evening. How are you? I hope you're well. Right, guys, if you guys haven't hit the subscribe button, please give us a subscribe and please hit the like button as well if you haven't liked the video yet. Way. Yo, mate, I got 82 this week for a -4. Very happy. That's amazing, by the way. Absolutely smashed it. Congratulations. Turkish bonus points added. But the ranks haven't updated. No, they haven't. The bonus points have indeed come in, but the rank hasn't updated as of yet. Turkish Kane played so bad today. Also had one very good chance one-on-one and missed it. The striker ain't doing justice Man, I don't know who to get in terms of strikers. Strikers are all struggling, buddy, at the moment. That's why I haven't touched mine at all. Vardy, 4 game weeks. Wilson and Antonio, both 3 game weeks each. Haven't scored for at all in my team. So for the last 3 game weeks, my strikers have done nothing. So I don't intend to change him now because I've gone through the tough patch. I think the goals are around the corner, guys. But whoever owned Jimenez or Tony, not a bad shot this game week. Ali says, I got 50 points from the 5 I brought in. Sweet. And that's also down to the wood chopper as well. Tezza, good evening. I'm good, man. Getting better. Just changed Vardy for Trent. I guess, is that onto your subs bench, or have you made 2 transfers to bring in Trent instead? To be fair, Trent's done amazing, guys, by the way. Tezza, thanks for the advice for me to keep Edison. Anytime, buddy. I mean, I'm keeping Edison, to be honest. Another clean sheet. So I've had him for... Let's have a look. Sorry, when did I bring him in? So I had him for... The Brighton game was the first one. And then Crystal Palace. I've had him for 4 game weeks and he's got me 2 clean sheets. I'll take that, to be fair. 14 points over 4 game weeks. Not bad for Edison. And to be fair, most other goalkeepers, Byron Ramsdale, I think, are struggling at the moment. John says it's pain watching Kane as he scores 7 goals for England and blanks in the Premier League. But to be honest, no strikers are standing out this season. Honestly, John, I fully agree with what you're saying. Ahari, if Rafinha was ill. Oh, okay, so it was an illness. Sorry, guys, I was at work today, so I don't really know what the news was coming out. Rafinha isn't it? He was ill this week, not COVID, but it's just a flu. Should be back. Oh, okay, cool. So if he's back next week, so I'm not intending to change him then. So I'll carry the transfer over. Yeah, so I can see here. Yeah, I'll probably carry the transfer over. Oh, Antonio gets Man City. Oh, another catch-22 for me there. Yeah, so I'll carry the 2 over, then I'll make the 2 transfers in the 1 week, just in case, I need to look over some more injuries or statuses around COVID as well. But thank you, guys, for filling me in. Ali says, Pep resting Diaz and Jesus was a surprise. Honestly, resting Diaz was a surprise, but most managers do that after an international break anyway. And I think Laporte was coming back from a suspension. Stones has done really well recently, so got a few Champions League games coming up, so I guess Diaz was rested for that as well. Bit of a kick in the teeth, but it's going to happen in most teams now, right? Ottawa, good evening. Did Rafinha get rested because Otamendi elbowed him in the face versus Brazil? I don't know, buddy. I didn't watch that game itself, but everyone's just saying right now that it was an illness, so I hope he recovers well. Yeah, you did. Ottawa, you recommended Gallagher for me 2 weeks ago. I do remember. Honestly, such a good recommendation. But do you know what? To be fair, I think him and Zaha are kind of like the main players right now at the moment. I think, overall, they will both do well. But I'm a bit gutted not to have Gallagher. Sorry, guys. Just to confirm, guys, it's not COVID. Got tonsillitis, which I'm still recovering from. But Zaha, hopefully, will indeed come good. So he's not done too bad for me, to be fair. I've had him since the Newcastle game. So 1, 2, 3, 4 game weeks, and he's got me 18 points. So I'll take that personally. Not too bad. But Gallagher, ridiculous form at the moment. Really good shout out to her. Smashed it. So guys, if you guys don't have Gallagher and you're looking at someone like a player from like Crystal Palace, I'd say at the moment, based on form, even though I've got Zaha, Gallagher is not a bad shout whatsoever. Turkish man, if Rashford scored that chance against Watford, life would have been better. I feel like Rashford can score so many goals in their upcoming. He can do, buddy. And obviously now there's going to be a bit of a change in the management. There's going to be a bit of an uplift in the players. So I think, Rashford may indeed come good for you. Ottawa, I'm speculated on strikers. I think maybe Benteke might be a good shout in the short to mid-term. You know what? Benteke's not done too bad, this season. I've watched him, pretty much week in, week out. On the highlights and stuff, and he's actually done really well. So he's not on my radar at the moment, but do you know what? I do understand those managers who are looking at him, and he might be a good punt in the short to mid-term. I do fully agree with you there. Aman, good evening. Do you Havertz to Jota and play 3-4-3 with Cancelo, Diaz and Trent, or Havertz to Cornet and Livramento or Chilwell for a -4. Play 4-4-2. Personally, I'd play the 3-4-3, but be careful because I did see a flag near Jota with like a knee injury of 75%. So don't, if you are looking to make that transfer, just double check. I'll hold off for it just for a moment, just in case Jota is injured for longer. But definitely I'll play the 3-4-3 for sure. Cool. Right, guys, if you guys haven't liked the video, give us a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button on FPL Inklink. Wavy says, say Maximin comes off the bench for Rafinha, the big 10 points. Thank God for that. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. After I should have had sent Maximum as a first sub instead of Duffy. That cost me 9 points. Ooh, I know the feeling, buddy. I didn't get the 9 points, but I got half of your pain. I had Gilmore, number 3, and Brownhill is coming on rather, so I'm missing out on 3 points. Let me just refresh to see if the players come on. Nah, not yet. But yeah, that is painful. Not to worry. Onwards and upwards. Ali says, Mo, I think you should keep Gilmore now. He will play and looked good on Saturday. Not bad. Not a bad shout. I'll keep a lookout. I will definitely keep a lookout for that. I just hope he doesn't get, I know Dean Smith's coming, but it was just that constant not playing for the last 6 game weeks really hit me. Dusty Toners, good evening. Any tip for strikers? Feel like I've had in everyone. I get much like everyone's in the same boat. Honestly, at the moment we're all getting the kind of like same rigid luck. Even if we look at like the kind of like star team of the week. The strikers was Dennis and Benteke, 14 and 12 points respectively. But generally, if we go over to strikers in general, let's have a look. My strikers haven't. None of the 3 have scored in the last. How many game weeks is it? 3 game weeks. 4 for Vardy, but 3 for the others. If we look at strikers in general, Antonio is still the best striker, and he hasn't scored in 3 game weeks. Vardy, second best striker, hasn't scored in the last 4 game weeks. Say Maximin got 10 points this game week, but he's been a bit, he hasn't got any returns since game week 6. So that is around 5 game weeks. Dennis has done well. Jimenez did well this week again. So, he scored again. Again, there's no out-and-out striker that's done really well. Benteke has done well. Adam Armstrong looks really good, by the way. I do like the way he's playing at the moment. Aubameyang was unlucky on the weekend. Not too bad either. Woodchopper, 6.7. Ali, I'm giving you a massive shout out to Ali here on stream. He's got the Woodchopper in and Woodchopper scored. So let's look at the fixtures for Burnley that are coming up there. A bit, not too bad. Tottenham, Wolves, Newcastle, West Ham, Watford. Again, the Woodchopper could come good during this time, but he does look in really good form at the moment. So yeah, there's no out-and-out striker that kind of like really kind of speaks volume. Calvert-Lewin, we're still not sure when he returns. 12th of December. It's miles away. It's a long, long time. It just keeps getting extended and extended. So for me, personally, buddy, I would say if there's no need to rip up your strikers, then I'll just leave them for now. We're all in the same boat. We're just relying on Salah at the moment, and he's saving our game week. So either Salah, Cancelo, James, or Alexander-Arnold. They're literally carrying our FPL squads, to be fair. Text again, you could downgrade Vardy to a cheaper forward. It would allow you to distribute more money into your midfield, such as Gilmore, to a better 4.5. Yeah, it could do. Honestly, I did try that, but at that point, like most of the kind of like midfielders then kind of lost their form. So you had like players like, who was it? Torres, for example. I had him then. He got injured, didn't play. Bernardo Silva's done well, but I just think, I just want to stick to Vardy. Like, I just think, he's not done too well recently, I'm aware, and Rodgers potentially could get a United job. But I think I just want to stick to Vardy, man. I don't know. I just have this good feeling that I think he can do well. I think the reason is most of my like kind of like close leagues that I have with my like friends and family, they backed Kane. But I really want to like back Vardy in this situation to, you never know. Kane could bag 9 goals over the next 3 games, for example. Vardy could get about 5 or 6, or he could blank in the next 3 games, so Vardy could get a few goals. I just want to have that at the moment. I just haven't seen enough from Kane. And I think, with Vardy, it's not much investment for my team for the amount I've invested in him personally. So it's 10.7 out. I paid about 10.5 for him. So I'm not too bad at the moment. But I think another 2 or 3 game weeks blank, then I will start to think about him. But yeah, I have thought about upgrading midfielders. But at the moment, for now, I think I'll back Vardy for just a few more game weeks. Ottawa, yeah, I'm not touching Kane before he shows some motivation. Not even sure Conte can motivate him. Honestly, Conte did, I heard, really well on the sidelines today, getting the team involved. But I just don't know what's wrong with Kane. For England, he's like one of the best strikers you'll ever see in the world. But for Spurs this season, it's been a liability, to be fair. Marcus, good evening. When is it time to stop captaining, Mo? Well, to be fair, he's got Southampton next week. I don't know. What other options do we have? Let's have a look. So you got Arsenal against Newcastle. Would you be brave enough to captain Aubameyang? Liverpool, Southampton again. Would you go Mane, for example? But you've got Salah who's on penalties. Kane versus Burnley. Son versus Burnley. Vardy against Watford potentially. Man City, who could you captain from there? Not in that game personally. The West Ham in a good form. Chelsea, Man United. Don't really know. I mean, there are some options. You've got Kane and Son for the Burnley game. Vardy for the Leicester game. Potentially Aubameyang. I would go Mo Salah at home versus Southampton. So it's pretty much going to be the same safe bet. It's not just pick and forget really. It's just you're looking at those fixtures and the players I have in. Based on current form as well, it's just a no-brainer. This guy just gets better and better. 125 points already. Insane. You know, if there wasn't the African Cup of Nations in January, where he potentially goes away for, I reckon he could have broken his 300 point mark that he got a few seasons ago. Ali says Jota is flagged as injured. There we are. So what I did see earlier, he is flagged. So potentially I'd wait on the Jota injury for now. Mark says Mo Salah, not you. Well, if you captained me, I'm joking. You'd definitely get no points every week. Ali says Marcus AFCON time, then back on him. AFCON time it is. We're still a bit of doubt of whether it will go ahead or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. Ottawa, yeah, Jota and Ramsdale clashed into each other. They both got up and played on, but Jota was subbed before the match finished. I'd wait till the day before the match to see if he's fit. Yeah, so keep a tab on it. Obviously, midweek they got Champions League as well. And obviously Klopp's press conferences over the weekend should be, or Friday before the weekend game, should be quite a good indication of how fit he is. I don't think it's too bad, but just better to be safe than sorry, right? Ali says Liverpool already qualified in the Champions League, should give him a rest. Now you say that, Ali. I don't know if you remember last season. They'd qualified 5 out of 5 wins, and in the 6th game he played his full squad, and Jota got injured for about 3 months. And then he came back for that Arsenal game where he got like 2 returns in half an hour. So Klopp does have a tendency to even play a full squad in the Champions League previously, but I don't think he'll do that this season. Hopefully not. Ottawa, what's going on with Vardy, by the way? Is Leicester just not playing well? And how much will Tielemans being out affected Leicester? I think it has affected Leicester massively, by the way. I think it's just a bad patch. Look, he does have this tendency during the season where he does go quiet. I don't know if you guys remember, after January last season, he had like 10 game weeks where he scored like 2 goals. And then went absolutely insane in the last like 6-7 game weeks because Iheanacho came in. So he will fire again, guys. I guess look, if we backed him during this difficult period, what's another couple of game weeks going to do, right? We know Vardy's like, a great player of the Premier League and he likes to score. And he's kind of like the main player at Leicester. Just back him. Let's just back him. But Tielemans is a massive miss though. Ali, John, still here. Did you use your wildcard? Good question. John replied, no, not used it. Going to leave it till game week 15. See if Kane or Ronaldo come good. If not, put the money into the midfield and defence. Not a bad shout whatsoever, John. Turkish, I captain Cancelo this week and it worked out. For the next game week, I'm captaining Trent and sticking with it. Not bad, Turkish at all. Differential captaincy definitely does work. And in this case, this week, it has indeed proved correct. I bet you were delighted when Cancelo provided that assist, right? Ottawa, honestly, you could probably captain Salah to the Chelsea game January the 2nd and be fine. I think that's pretty much going to be it for most managers. But again, I will go by form/fixture week by week. We'll evaluate it. But most likely, it does look like Salah at the moment. John Salah has been my permanent captain since game week 1, and he will be until he goes on international duty. Sounds like a plan. Turkish, I might get Van Dijk instead of Antonio, just to guarantee some clean sheet points till game week 16, so I can get Antonio back. Yeah, that's not a bad shot, to be fair. Because let's have a look at Liverpool. Yeah, not bad fixtures till game week 16. Southampton, Everton, Wolves, Aston Villa. And they've got Man City, Brighton, Chelsea, Burnley. Yeah, game week 16 onwards looks decent. I just need my strikers to just get on with it, man. This so easily for me could have been like 80 plus points if my strikers had just turned up. And to be fair, the -4, Dan James paid me dividends because I had Ben White otherwise, and that would have been, I still got +8 from that, so I'll pretty much take that. Ali, I have a feeling Brendan Rodgers will dump Leicester and go to United. Honestly, I'll take him at United. It's decent. I'm thinking Rafinha will be fine to keep for the next 3 game weeks. Brighton, Palace and Brentford. Brighton and Brentford's defences are not that tight at the moment. Yeah, sure. I mean, I fully agree. For me, I don't want to get rid of Rafinha as of now because the thing with West Ham is they've got some good games that they've had, but fixtures are not that great. They got Man City, Brighton, Chelsea. Then in game week 16 looks pretty promising. So, yeah, I think I might just hold off Rafinha for at least another 3 game weeks. I might even make any transfers whatsoever. And then we can take it from there and see. And Ottawa says, I think Brentford have also loosened their reins and become more attacking again. They have indeed. Look, this is a time now where the squads will get stretched. Teams will tire. The back-to-back games, they will take effect. So I just guess, now is going to be a crucial time for these teams to really, use the depth of their squads and hopefully not loosen their reins too much where it affects them overall in the season, potentially relegation as well. But yeah, Wilson's surprised me. I was hoping he'd get me a goal, but not this game week. Arsenal next week, so it could change, fingers crossed. But did you guys watch the Arsenal game yesterday? How did Mane not get booked for those Italian challenges? And do you know what? It was so refreshing to see a manager like Arteta showing some passion on the sideline. It was nice, man. It was telling Klopp, he means business. And I really like that. I've missed that from Ollie. I want Ollie really to get stuck in. I missed that. It's not all about, Pep and Klopp going at people. I really like Arteta stepping up to him. That it might have, kind of got, the crowd started at the Anfield, but that was nice to see, honestly. John says Rafinha is good enough to keep in, even if there's a bad fixture run. He can make things happen. He can indeed, honestly. That's what I'm thinking. I might just keep him in now because Gilmore's got a game. I'm not too inclined to make that kind of move immediately. So I do understand when it comes. So that's why I'm being a bit more relaxed about it rather than just immediately doing it. I mean, I probably would have done it immediately if Gilmore hadn't played. But I'm thinking at the moment, I'm just a bit content with what happened. And next week, looking at it, I feel pretty cool with what team I do have at the moment. Turkish. Mo, so my final plan is to take a -4 hit and get Van Dijk in for Marcel. He's my bench player, and then bring in Hwang for Antonio because he's at Norwich and Burnley in his next 2 games to game week 16. Sounds like a plan. John, his challenges weren't that bad. I know they weren't that bad, to be fair. I think it's just basically just the atmosphere and the game, and it just all heated up. But it was nice to see. It was nice. I'm not saying Mane should have been sent off, or don't get me wrong. I just felt that it just brought the game to life, and it was really good to see. I think Mane always likes to get on the nerves of Liverpool, Arsenal fans when they do play, but he's such a great player. Such a great player. I just wish I could afford him. Is there a way for me to afford him? That's the question. Let's have a look. Sorry, guys. I just want to have a look to see if let's say Zaha, for example. Put in Mane. 4.9 mil. 5.7. How much is Hwang? 5.8. Oh. Oh, that's tempting. If I had that 0.1 mil. Oh, where can I get that from? Oh, that looked good. Ah. What a shame. If that had gone through, if I had the funds for that, oh, that's tempting. I could have just put Mane in for Zaha and then Hwang up front. Ooh, that'd have been good. But anyway. Ali says, I thought Liverpool kicked on after the manager squaring up. Exactly. It kind of like spurred the crowd on and it just brought them into action. Really, really good. I liked it though. It's good. It's healthy. It's a bit of competition and it really sparks the game. John K says, I'm thinking of keeping Rafinha. He's scoring points without Bamford and half of Leeds players injured. True. I fully agree. John, you can't afford him by taking money out of the strike. Yeah, true. Anfield came alive after a little spat at the touchline. 100%, John. Ali, if I had Rafinha, I'd keep him. Not a bad shout. That's what I said. I'm not rushing into it, but that's something that I was considering. Maybe after game week 16, we'll see. Because if you look like at fixtures, right? West Ham fixtures get better in game week 16 than they've got like Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. So yeah, I might get rid of him around that time. As today, 68 points. Kane, captain. Bad week. 68 points is not bad, bro. I got 60. Well, I had the 270. I'll take that. Faster jump in. Worth keeping Diaz? Yeah, of course. Look, the thing about having these players in is you need to make sure you have the bench to bring players on. Look, there's going to be a lot of rotation, guys. You will have games where even, you might have Trent being rested. Cancelo will be definitely rested. James will be definitely rested. There's 10 game weeks now in 40 days, so there's no point chopping and changing too much. Just make sure you have a strong bench, and you just got to literally just go with the flow after that. John, you can do Diaz down to Reguilon. Yeah, I mean, I like Diaz, to be fair. I like Diaz. I don't want to get rid of him. Yeah. Oh, I do like Diaz. Nah, I think I'm just gonna hold for a moment. Oh. Man. Unless I go Rudiger. And then I could go Zaha to Mane. And then Vardy to Hwang. That could be a way. Still have 0.1. And that'll be Mane, Salah, Rafinha. Who do I think will get more points, Mane or Vardy? That's the point. I want to have a think about it. So that's something that I can do. Do I want to get rid of Diaz for Rudiger? That means that I'll be double Chelsea, double Man City, triple Liverpool. So I'm looking at this potentially. So -8. Well, I'll still have 0.1, but what I can do, I don't need to make this transfer right now. So I can do this next week. I'll 0.1. So if there are any price rises, we can just wait to see that. With any price rises, 5.9. So it's already gone up 5.9, yeah. We can wait and see, but that's something that I can look at potentially in a week's time. I got 0.1, so even if Rudiger does go up in 0.1 price, I'll probably just take a -4 for 3 transfers. So that's something I can look at. Potentially. It all depends upon Vardy now. See how he turns up or not. John says, and get money. Yeah, true. Turkish says, Mo Mane is the one I was looking at as well. Bro, like how you did Hwang to Mane, I'm looking at it as well. Hwang, you know, it's not a bad shot. It's got some good fixtures, I think, lined up. I was having a look at their fixtures now. Norwich, Burnley, and then Liverpool, Man City is going to be tough. What's his minutes like? Yeah, he's getting regular minutes, so yeah, I can look at it that way potentially. Yeah, I'll have to have a look, but potentially that could be one way that I could go. So I'll keep that in mind. Potentially I could make those transfers as well. But it's just Vardy right now, man. These fixtures are so good. Ali says Pookie Mo. Yeah, Pookie man. Dean Smith there. Let's go differential. John Kiss says Diaz is good, but Reguilon could be the next wing back that hits. Honestly, he did play well, I heard today. I didn't see the game, but I've heard he's done well. Let's have a look. 15-14, so it had like nearly 29 returns last season. What did Mane have? Mane didn't have a great season last season. 28. 2-2-1. Oh, guys. Oh. I'm thinking. Ottawa would not recommend getting Hwang at the moment. He's only got 2 good fixtures till it really gets red. Yeah, true. King Harry's channel, gotcha at the right time, still managed to clutch up on 76 points. I didn't have Trent, Captain Ronaldo, nor Rudiger either. I was going to put Mane in, but apparently he's injured, and then pops up and does magic on the pitch. He sure did. Turkish says, Rashford is making me think too much. I'm so unsure whether I should get Mane instead of him. Any advice, anyone? Mane's decent, buddy, at the moment. I mean, Hwang will have difficult fixtures. But the thing is, what I'm trying to figure out at the moment is Mane versus... Sorry, Mane versus Vardy at the moment. That's what I'm trying to figure out. In terms of ownership for Mane as well, what's he owned by? 4.1%. Oh, differential. Oh, differential. Shall I go for it? That's the point. Is that differential now has got me in a predicament? Oh, I need to do some serious thinking. I'm going to give this. I'm going to give this the least level. I'm not taking a -8. I'll probably take a -4. But Mane for Zaha. Was it for Zaha? I put him in. Yeah. So Zaha, Mane for Zaha, Hwang, and Rudiger. Oof. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. To be fair, my other strikers aren't doing much anyway, but Hwang in there. Might as well. Assad says, Man United next manager, who do you think? I'd like Zidane, boss. To be purely honest, I want Zidane. But Brendan Rodgers does look favourite. I mean, Zidane, Simeone, that Ajax manager, I can never pronounce his name, guys. I'm sorry. But, you know, there's plenty out there. You just need to go and get the best. But I'd like Zidane personally. King says, yes, Mane instead of Rashford. Mane, I think it's better. Lovely. Ali, United should go all out for Ten Hag. Nice. I mean, I'd never seen those, but definitely. John says, Kane has been letting us all down. King's Harry, Chilwell. Yeah, Chilwell. That was an interesting one. How many people own Hwang, by the way? Percentage-wise, I don't know if he's a differential or not. %12.9%, not bad. So, Julius. But yeah, that's my plan, guys. Like, I'm looking at the moment, potentially, what we've discussed. I'm not 100% on it yet, but I'm not doing it this week. Even if I do get a price rise, if I miss out on a price rise, then that's just my bad luck. But for now, I could potentially go Diaz to Rudiger, Zaha to Mane, and Vardy to Hwang. That all depends upon how Vardy does against Watford, by the way, and how I feel. Ali says, Mo, your defence is good, leave him. Yeah, true, I shouldn't touch him. Should I? Eddie says Zidane should go to United. Honestly, I'd love it if that happened. Ottawa, the strikers I'm interested in are now mainly Benteke, then Pukki. If you want a differential, of course. Good shot, to be fair. Then maybe Ronaldo for Gameweek 16 or Watkins for 17. Gerrard seems to have ignited him a bit. Yeah, they have. Gerrard did really well, to be fair. Ali says Pukki, not Hwang. Honest governor. I'll have a look at Pukki next week as well. Honestly, we'll go for it. John K. United needs more than a manager change. Backroom staff, new owners. Honestly, just whole club just needs to be revamped. I've had enough of like Gary Neville and all these like ex Ole Gunnar Solskjaer friends having their social chat going, oh, you know, don't say anything to him. Honestly, if that was any other manager, they'll rip into him like they did to Jose. But yeah, I mean, I've had enough, to be fair, personally. I'm glad he's gone. Best of luck to him. He had to go. But it is what it is. But in terms of FPL, there's loads of decisions to make, guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But I think I'm going to call it an evening now. But generally, there's a lot to discuss. We'll come back this week. We will have another couple of... I'll be able to make some videos this week now. Because fingers crossed, my health is better, my voice is back. I'll be able to get in and make the videos that I want to. We'll also do it is the deadline stream, I believe, on Saturday morning. We'll go through that again, and then we'll do a knee-jerk as well. I might not be able to do a knee-jerk on Sunday evening next week, but I will definitely be able to do it on Monday evening, because Sunday evening I do have a family gathering, so it might not be possible to do it immediately in the evening. But we will have time to do it on Monday evening when I do return from work. But I hope you guys have a good week. If you have any questions, let me know on social media. I'll be back on now. Sorry, I wasn't too active last week because of not being well. I just didn't turn on any of my social media. But I hope you guys are well and you guys are doing well. And please take your time making those transfers. And thank you so much for watching again. And I hope everyone has a good game week and best of luck for, you know, the decisions they do make. But thank you once again for tuning in. And if you guys are here for the first time, thank you and welcome. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Help us get to that 1K subscribers mark. Till then, you guys take care, and I'll be back with some more live content.